Howdy y'all, and welcome to Jab Plays. Today we'll be playing Satisfactory using the Satisfactory Plus Overhaul mod. What is Satisfactory Plus? It's a total overhaul mod that takes all the mechanics we love about Satisfactory and makes more of it. More types of resource nodes, new parts, new machines, and logistics to manage. Some machines will have an additional byproduct that we will need to deal with, or the machines will clog up and stop working. We also get more forms of energy power options like solar, wind, and water turbines. Did I mention to you that we get to breed and grow slugs? If this sounds like your idea of fun, then hang around and watch the adventure unfold. As you saw, I bypassed the building of the hub, right? I didn't think it was very important to show. And let's see what we got in our backpack. So these are the stuff that we have in our backpack. And if you're sitting there going, hey, what's tin plate? Hang on a second. There's a bunch of new stuff. So if we come in here and we look, there's citrite ore, there's kaolinite ore, and there's lazurite ore, or loresite ore, however you say that. Put a message in the comment and let me know which way to say that. But basically, stop and think of it. This is iron, this is copper, and this is limestone. So basically, we need to find this, and then we're going to build the hub and get things going. Let me get my stuff going, and yeah. In fact, hey, here's the first place we want to be at. It just worked out really quick. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and knock this off. I'm going to put in 3 of the miners on each one of these things, and then we'll look at a place to put down the hub. So I'll see you all here in just a little bit. Hey guys, I forgot to mention that this will be a no handcrafting challenge. That's right, you heard, no handcrafting. Why? That's a fair question. Let's say I thrive on doing things that others won't or can't do. Or I don't like myself much. But to be honest, it's simply this: the thrill of logistics and planning out how to solve this puzzle. In short, a challenge enhances the joy and satisfactions I get out of playing games. Is it even possible to complete all phases of the elevator project without handcrafting? In theory, yes. But to be honest, I don't know. Let's find out together. Okay, we got all our miners placed down. So the next thing we need to do is, well, the first thing we need to do is we need to find a place to put down our hub. And since we've got one miner over there, one miner over there, and one miner on the other side of that rock, I feel like this right here is a good place to put the hub to start off with. We can always move it later. So yeah, let's pull out the builder and where is the back? I always get the front and the back confused, and we're gonna build it. Yeah, she's looking good. All right, so I'm sure you guys got some serious questions about what does the Satisfactory Plus Overhaul mod really do? So let's go into the crafting station. Even though I'm not going to handcraft, I can basically show you stuff, right? So basically, we get ore, and it has to be crushed. Then once you crush the ore, we can turn it into ingots, and then we can turn it into other things. So just on the iron alone, right, we've got iron plates, iron rods, and screws, right, just like the regular game. But hang on a second, there's more, right? We have iron sheets, and we have iron wire that's added to the game. There's tin plates that have been added to the game. The copper, you're like, all right, what changes with the copper? Well, we get rods, but now we also get and copper sheets. You're like, and wire. You're like, well, we've had all that before, but now we have these things called copper bus bars. They're kind of like copper plates, right? We've got concrete that's made out of crushed stone, which means yes, we're gonna have to crush some things here and there. And the other thing is like reinforced plates. Reinforced plates are made out of tin plates and screws. And trust me, it's going to get more complex as we go. The other thing is, let's take a look at what we got here as far as things to unlock. So we've got base building. We've got this thing called ore sorting. The assembly thing, which, hey, look, there's 10 sheets. Then we got field research, which unlocks the chainsaw and solid biofuel in the MAM. Logistics, where the smooth belt drives. I would tell you right now, yeah, belts are going to be a pain. We got windows, but hey, look at this. We get rewarded with a blueprint designer in tier 1. And then tier 2, we've got bronze, right? Hang on a second. We got bronze. There's advanced energy. There's advanced sorting that gives us zinc and magnesium and solar panels. And then there's the smart plating for the project assembly. Then we got the awesome shop. The miners, we can put a smelting module on it, and we'll talk about that later. And then there's a blueprint designer too. So there's a lot of moving parts on here. But the first thing that I think that we need to do is we need to go get some, we need to get fuel, right? We can't do anything without fuel. So I want to go ahead and run over there, and we're gonna get some wood and some grass to get this thing started. So let me get over there and we'll be right back. Hey, look, we found another box. More free stuff. If it's free, it's for me. All right, we're trying to get to, I don't know, like 120 wood in my pocket, so we'll keep going. All right, we made it back to the hub. Let's go ahead and let's get the constructor down. And if you're curious, it takes 10 plates, 2 wire, or 2 cables and 10 screws to build it. And basically what we're gonna do is we're gonna put this down. We're gonna put down a couple of boxes, one on each side, one there and one there. We're gonna belt this up. One there, and we'll grab a power from here to here, and we'll put grass in here, grass, and I'm gonna put wood in this box, and we're just gonna make some solid biofuel because we're gonna need solid biofuel to run this stuff, and we're not doing handcrafting. And if you're curious, the breakdown is 3 wood to 8 biomass. Not exactly sure if that's different in the base game, but that's what we're working right now. And this is burning 4 megawatts of power at a time. And I believe this puts out 20 or 25. Double check. You are putting out 20 megawatts. So we can add more stuff to it. So I'm gonna let this brew for a second. We need like 8. There's more than 8. So I can switch this out so it's not running down the leaves anymore. And let me, give me that back. There we go. All right, so that's running. And the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna run over here and we're gonna get some iron going. So basically, here's the plan of attack, right? The plan of attack is I want to get the crushers going, show you what the crusher's going to, and I want to get the iron and the copper lines kind of going out, and so that we can get iron plates, iron rods, copper rods, and concrete going. So that is the plan of attack. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to run in here and we're going to be like, yo, let's put down a crusher. But the problem with the crusher is we don't have any iron wire. That's not a problem. What we can do is we can make some iron wire. The other thing is there is in power, there are wind turbines. We can afford to put I can put a wind turbine down, right? And you see the cost is 5 rotors, 15 rods, 10 plates, and 50 screws. And depending on elevation, depends on how much they make. Let's put down a constructor. You know, where's my constructor? I'll put a constructor down. And you know what? All we're going to do is we're going to tell it, hey, we need some iron wire. So I'm going to take this, we'll wire this to that, and let's see what this is making power wise. This is making a 7.73. It's 52% efficient. I'm not exactly sure how to get it more efficient. Right now, I'm just using it so I can show you that it is a thing. But basically, we're going to be using biomass. There's the 12 that we need. All right, so see, I didn't have to handcraft. Man, it got dark quick. All right, let me get my flashlight out, and yeah, we'll have to figure this out. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put the crusher down. All right, and we're just gonna put a box. Oh, a couple of boxes, and you're gonna see that there's a lot of this because I don't have splitters. I don't, you know, there's nothing unlocked. So we're brute forcing it, kind of the, you know, there. we're gonna brute force it. So I'm gonna show you what the crusher does, and the crusher is a very cool mechanic, right? What it does is it takes the ore and crushes it. But what it does is it gives us a byproduct, and I'm excited about that because there's not all machines, but a certain amount of the machines will give you a byproduct that you're going to have to logistically learn to deal with. All right, now what we got to do is I need to get power, so let's build one biomass. Yo, let's get a power pole down and wire this up, and then I can show you what this does. We got some go-go juice, not a whole lot, but a little bit. And basically what this is a crusher. We're going to crush the sitrite, and what it's going to do is it's going to take the sitrite ore and it's going to turn it into crushed sitrite and crushed I had no idea how to say that, so I just call it crushed rock, right? And we got 2 outputs out of, actually I think we have, is it 2 or 3? 2 outputs. So one's going to be the crushed ore, the other one's going to be the stone. So there's the stone and there's the ore, and basically that's just how that works. So now we're just going to come over here and be like, all right, what do we need to build next? We need to build let's get a couple of smelters, and then we'll get one. No, dang it. No, stop. Give me a copy of that. 2, 3. Do I need? I can't remember if I need 4 or not, but we'll give these all things. So impure ingot, it takes 30 crushed citrite to make 30 ingots, 4 megawatts. So we'll get 2 of those. Then over here, we want 1 to make iron plates. We want 1 to make iron rods, and we want 1 to make concrete. But you can see all the recipes of what it is that it takes. Now I wonder why this doesn't go all the way down. That's kind of odd. I don't know. It's a thing. But we'll make this do concrete, and take that and get rid of that. And then what we'll do is we'll go ahead and belt that in there. And let me put some power poles down really quick. There's one power pole. There's two power poles, and one hookup, two hookups, three. Come over there, hook that up, hook that up, hook that up to that, hook that up to that. And power wise, what are we looking at? Max consumption of 24. And all right, so we're not gonna break it by doing it. But what I will do is we'll fill this back up. And is it efficient doing it this way? No, but we're just starting out, and you know what? This is what we're gonna have to do to get things going. Oh, nope, wrong button. Take all of it. Not part of it, all of it. And then what I'll do is I will grab this, and we'll put half in there, half in here, and we will run over and check the hub on the biomass to see how that's going. At the time of this recording, we have 12 subscribers in the channel. If you're enjoying the story and the challenge, hit the subscribe button. Help us get to 100. All right, so the biomass is done. So what we'll do now is we'll put the leaves in here, and we will tell it, yo, we want you to make biomass leaves. There you go. All right, you're off and running. And, oh, hang on a second. I'm gonna need more, we're gonna need more go-go juice. So let's come over here. Oh, we got plenty. And we're going to do the same thing with the copper. We're going to need to get a crusher down. We're going to need to get oh, I'm assuming it's that's out. Hang on a second. Or is it my iron that just went out? It could be the iron. I didn't have much for the iron. Hang on a second. It's not this one, it's the iron. All right. Let me go top off the iron and I'll be right back. All right, we're at the iron. Yep. It was, oh, what? Pull that, Jab. All right, she's off and running again. All right, then go back to the hub, get some more biomass, and then we'll get the copper line going. All right, we're coming up on the copper line. So the first thing we're gonna do is I'm gonna put the power down because we're gonna need that. Power, one biomass burner, and I'm gonna need another, a constructor. And we're gonna have to do the same thing that we did over there. So we'll top that off, and I need 12 iron wire again. So connect that to that and let it do what it's doing. And while it's doing that, we'll pick these up things. If you guys haven't noticed, I do have the mobs on passive, and it's simply this. I feel like the challenge of, not using handcrafting and playing an overhaul mod that's making the game super complex as it is, that I don't feel that there's a reason that I need an additional challenge of fighting the monsters. We could change that in the future if that's really a big thing, but right now I just don't see a reason to do it until we find out otherwise. All right, so let's get some boxes going again. Let's see if I can line this up. There's one. We'll climb up here. We'll get 2, 3. Belt these bad boys up. We'll belt this up. And then I'll show you how the crusher works with the kaolinite. So put that down, put that over there, hit that, give it a recipe. Oh, well, it'd help if I showed you the recipe. So it's 12 kaolinite ore gives you 12 crushed and 5 crushed stone, right? And it's the same way on these, the stone will come out on the right side. If you're facing that the same direction it's coming out, the right side should be the stone, the left side is going to be the ore. Unless the unless the game makes a liar out of me. Nope, it doesn't. All right, so that's cool. So the next step is we need 1 smelter. Yeah, it is facing me. 1 smelter and 3 constructors. 1, 2, 3. And there's concrete. We'll make this into wire. Now the interesting thing about the bus bars is the bus bars actually require copper rods to make it kind of interesting. It's different, but what we'll do is we'll change this into wire. We'll make this into copper rods, and we'll make this into ingots. And we'll throw some poles down, wire it all up really quick, find out what the go-go juice power requirement for the setup is going to be. It should be less. All right, max consumption is 20, so we got, and this is putting out 30, so we're good on that thing. And while I'm at it, let's do this. I'm going to put some boxes down here of and then we'll just do this for right now. And then bring that from there to there. And you know what? I might as well just bring that straight to there. And that will kind of, in a way, automate it. We'll grab up everything that we can out of here. Put it in the box, right? Boom. There we go. Sort that out. Look at this. Everything's going well. I do have some copper rods that I can put in here. And do I have any? I don't have any copper ingots yet. So, I mean, we got 8. Here. 8's better than none. And then what I'll do is I will go over and we're going to build a couple more boxes and fix up the iron side really quick. Let's see where we're sitting here on biomass. So let's take all of it, and what I'll do is I'll take 45 of it and we'll set it off to the side. So we'll set this portable miner off to the side. Now the portable miner is an interesting thing. I don't know if I can make if a portable miner is something that can be made in a assembler. If it's something that can be made in an assembler, we'll make it in an assembler. If it can only be made in the equipment shop, then that will be an exception to no handcrafting, because if I don't have an option to automate it, then I can't be punished for it, right? It's impossible. If there's a way to automate it, then I will automate it. So that's kind of the rule of thumb that I'm going with. All right, grab all three. We'll top this bad boy off. We'll come over here. We'll top this bad boy off. And let's see what we got going on here. Oh yeah, we're looking good. So put 200 in there. I could put 200 in there. Grab that. Grab that. And come in here and be like, you can have 100. You can have that. And then we'll get some boxes on here on the end. I kind of want to see where I'm at. So let's climb on top of it. Yo, get on top. Yeah, there we go. Now we're cooking with gas. Spin these bad boys around. Hit the shift button. There's one. There's two. Oh, that didn't work out very well. Clumsy. There's three. And I'll just put one there. It can go into one of these. There, hook that up. Hook that up. Hook that up. And yep, hook that up. So we've got a semblance of automation going. So far I've got everything going in a way that that makes sense, and we've kind of accomplished all the goals that I wanted to get accomplished. Let me just hit that. We'll top that bad boy off. Grab that. And we'll put some more into there. And we'll top that off. And then we're going to go over to the hub and we're going to talk about progression. Okay, so I'm looking here at the milestones, and there's a couple things that I'm thinking, right? Having foundations would be amazing, but I don't know if that's really the first thing that we should be doing. Ore sorting, right? Ore sorting is a way of stretching out our materials, and I think that we have enough to do ore sorting. I would love to be able to get into the chainsaw. But the problem with the chainsaw is we need reinforced plates, and in order to get reinforced plates we need to unlock the assembler, which is funny because we need reinforced plates. You can handcraft them, but we'll figure our way around that. There is logistics. So right now the two things I'm looking at is I'm looking at ore sorting or field research. Right, the field research basically does this. It gives us the chainsaw, it gives us the ability to solid biofuel, which gives us the ability to stretch out our energy, the potential of making more, our energy to stretch further, right? Or we can go into ore sorting that gives us the ability to stretch our resources out further. So one way or the other, they're stretching out the resources. My question to you is, what would you choose? Would you choose stretching out the ore or stretching out the energy? Leave a comment in the comment section and tell me which one you choose, and I'll take it under consideration. Hey guys, if you made it this far, you're rock stars, right? And I really appreciate it. All right guys, if I don't see you in between now and then, have a fantastic weekend, and as always, happy farming.